Bombay Sindhi Biryani mix as suggested by you, my followers. This came out pretty good. I love getting suggestions from you guys on things that I should try, especially the different spice mixes, so I was eager to try this one. So I basically just followed the same method for my chicken biryani video, but I used 1 packet of the Bombay biryani and 1 packet of the Sindhi biryani mix from Shan Masala. So first thing we're doing is browning our onions and then adding our ginger paste and our garlic paste and stirring that around. Then we add our tomatoes and we cook them down until they're soft. Then I'm adding my chicken breast and I'm going to get some color on that and then add my biryani mixes. So 1 packet of Bombay biryani and then 1 packet of Sindhi biryani. And I smelled these and I think the difference is that the Sindhi biryani has more clove and anise. It's more of a warm like garam masala flavor. It's really nice. And then I'm adding some plain yogurt and stirring that in. And then I'm going to add enough water just to cover the chicken, not too much. And then I'm burying the chicken under the water so that it all cooks evenly. And then we're going to cook this for about 30 to 45 minutes on low simmer. And then I'm going to prepare my potatoes. I peeled them this time, guys. And I'm going to cut those into wedges. And then I'm going to chop some cilantro. And then I just took the stems off of these green chilies. And then I prepare my food coloring. Now, in my last video, you guys suggested I use saffron or turmeric for color instead of food coloring, and the flavor just does not work. So I do not recommend that. I use food coloring. And then I'm going to slice up some butter that's going to go on top of the biryani when we cook it. Now, probably the number one question I get is which type of rice do I use? And this is the Zebra brand Sela Basmati rice. It comes in the yellow bag. And we wash this about 5 to 10 times to get all of the starch off and then drain all of the water out. After about 30-45 minutes on low heat, our chicken should be done. And then I'm just going to take this opportunity while the spices have floated to the top to take the whole spices out so that people don't bite into them. And then I'm checking if my chicken is tender, and you can see that it is. And then I'm adding my potatoes, and we're going to simmer this on high heat uncovered to reduce the water in the masala and get a thick consistency. And then I'm burying the potatoes under the masala so that it cooks evenly, and then adding some green chilies. So about after 15-20 minutes, your masala should start to thicken up. Just be patient, it will get there. And you can see this thick consistency. This is what we want. And then I'm going to set this aside and boil my rice. So I'm using Sela Basmati rice, and it has to boil for longer, so we boil it for 12 minutes. And if you're using regular Basmati rice, you boil it for 7 minutes only. And then we're going to drain it. And this is the fun part. This is layering our biryani. So the first layer has to be the rice. That's why I took the masala out of the pot. And then I'm going to do rice, masala, rice for this amount. If you have more rice, you might have to do 3 layers, but here I just did 2. And then I did this little swirl pattern for you guys. I think it came out pretty cute. And then I'm adding some butter and cilantro on top. And then I'm going to cover this with foil and then add a cloth so that none of the steam escapes. And then I'm going to cover this tightly with the lid. And then I'm going to put something heavy on top of the lid to make sure that the lid is very securely on the pot. And then we cook this on the lowest heat for 25 minutes exactly, and then let it rest for 10 minutes after that without lifting the lid. And this came out incredible. The mix of those 2 spice packets was perfectly balanced and just the right amount of heat, so I would definitely do it again. Thank you guys for the recommendation, and that is how you make